It's been a long time, but I'm finally heading off to the woods. As you can see, snow's on the ground, and I've got Storm with me with her new Ruffwear Palisades pack, or packs, should I say. We've been testing out the harness for a long time, and slowly breaking her in for the actual packs. It's a little bit windy, wind chill's down, it's hovering around 0 at the moment. You can see rabbits everywhere. Storm doesn't actually seem that fussed. She likes snow, so hopefully that'll keep her occupied. It is beautiful out. Absolutely stunning. You see her just wandering off. I've got her tethered to my pack via a carabiner. Not actually letting her off, not that much. There's only certain areas we'll let her off. Come on, this one, let's go. So, onwards and upwards on this hill with the dog pulling me up. Yeah. Come. Yep. Up. Good girl. As you can see, she's a right eager beaver. She's not pacing herself. So the pack then, I forget the literage, I reckon it's about 20 litres, 10 each side. She's got a litre of water for herself. She's got a bit of food. She's already had her food, and we'll probably be back before her next feeding time. We have started a bit late in the day due to work and family commitments. She's got a spare lead, or 2 spare leads, one longer one than this one, and a spare collar and lead just in case. She's got her food bowls, which are the fossils, flat pack bowls. Right, let's just try and keep her back a little bit. Some poo bags, which she doesn't actually need that much. She's on a raw food diet, so there's not much of that. There's not really much of anything. They get everything they need from the food they eat, so it's very helpful to me and her. Obviously she's a very high activity dog. So I'm going to be a bit all over the place at the moment. It's very slippery, as to be expected. And we're taking some paths I wasn't expecting, just because there's a few small dogs on the paths we should have been taking. And she doesn't do small dogs very well. As soon as they start barking, she wants to stick up for herself and play a little rough like huskies do. As you can see, I'm sporting the gorge rat badge on my hat. I did promise I'd get it on a headwear, and this is what I've been using a lot, so I've put it on here. Right, which way are we going to go, Storm? You're going to go that way? You're going to go that way? You're going to go that way? She first time in snow this year. She hasn't seen snow before until yesterday, but she loves it. Playing around, eating it, chasing snowballs, and pulling a sled with my daughter on it. So she's done pretty well. Now she's out pulling her own gear, and me along a muddy track. It's not good. Although quite thankful for the help uphill. Still continuing up this big long track. I actually wish I would have bought the sled that I had her pull in yesterday. I think it would have fared a lot better for me to stick my pack in there and her pack and just let her pull that along. Never mind. I actually didn't know there'd be that much snow here, to be honest, and it's snowing now. So the sooner the better I get to camp. I've got another long hill to get up, so I'm just going to knock the wind out of me a little bit. As you can see, I've actually let her off. She needs to get a little bit of freedom, and I do trust her. It's just she's already dashed after a few bunnies, and she won't come back until she's got whatever she wanted, so I'll just have to stick around. She does bolt, not that there's far to go, but all part and parcel of training, and she is a good girl. She's just a bit of a lunatic. Gaston, go! It's just to prove that the bags aren't heavy for her. They're actually pretty light compared to what they're able to carry, especially at her age. And she seems to be getting on with them fine. And she's been wearing them for 2 months training, and I think she's doing quite well. As you can see, she's still there. It's never easy preparing to take your dog out in this sort of weather. It doesn't matter what sort of dog you've got. A lot of people think because she's a husky that, oh, she's good with cold and all this. Well, actually, she's never been in the cold before, so this is kind of a break-in period. And yeah, she loves the snow. Yes, her fur and her guard hair will protect her, but she's not used to it and she will shiver. So bedding, vapour barrier, more importantly food and water when she needs it, or to be available all the time to her. That's really important to her. And knowing your dog is another real big thing. Obviously I've not had her that long, but I would say I definitely know her, and I would like to think she knows me, although we've only been out to the woods a handful of times, so you know, she's just getting used to this bushcraft lark, just like many of you out there are getting used to it. Maybe you're starting out. What a fantastic way to start out. That's by hitting the woods in the snow. Fantastic. No matter whether you take a stove, you light a fire, it doesn't matter. Getting out into the forests, the woods, the recreational areas provided for us to use, there's nothing better. And let's face it, it's free. Why not embrace it while it's free? You never know what's going to happen in the future. These parks are pretty much looked after by organisations, and this can't always be a good thing, so use them while we can. Get. She goes whizzing past. I've actually brought a reliable stove, one I took to Italy climbing with me, and it wasn't a trip I actually got on video, unfortunately. It was really hard work as it was, let alone filming it. That's why these climbing programs have got a big production team. It's a lot of hard work. So I went there. We went to the Bernina range in Italy, the Swiss Alps border. It was fun, it was cold, it was snowing heavily. The temperature was minus 45, that's without wind chill, and it was blowing a gale quite a bit. We never got to the top. It was me and my brother that went, humping away gear. 3 mountains we attempted, driving around the most of the northern part of Italy to do these, and we never summited once. So, oh, come on, move on. It's not always about summiting, and I've got to say, it's the first time I've never been bothered about getting to the top after all that hard work. This way, good girl. And luckily my brother wasn't bothered either, so it's always a bonus. So I'm heading to camp. I've actually got storage there it's totally full. I wouldn't say it's emergency gear. It's gear just in case I come up for a day walk and get stuck up here. Let's just say that. Obviously if I've got a day bag I should have stuff to get me through the night anyway. But extra gear, extra food. Fortunately I got water up here. Now I don't know how much snow is going to be left up on these fields, but they are cattle fields and I know my water's going to be frozen. Bit of dilemma there. I didn't bring much water. Hopefully with the covering they've got, they're not too bad. Time will only tell. So let's get up there. So finally got to camp. Snow's still coming down, and I've got my tarp up, which is the main thing. Using the Coyote Brown. Storm's running around like a lunatic, eating snow and doing all the things that she don't normally get to do. So. And we've done a few tests, called her back, she's come back. What's not good is stuff like that, pheasant. Luckily she doesn't know what that noise is yet. I'm sure when she sees one that'll be it. But I've got a big long strap lead and a dog stake. So if I need to then I will, and at night time I think I will as well. Save her galloping around like a wolf as she is now, a lunatic. At least she's having fun. I'm gonna get my hammock up and the rest of my gear ready. Okay, so finally, as you can see, it's got very cold. I wouldn't have come out without my down jacket, my trapper's hat. I didn't actually bring that great pair of gloves, but they do. So I collected my box and my water. Funnily enough, the water wasn't frozen, so that's fantastic. There was probably about that much earth, leaf mulch and snow on top, so it probably insulated it. I'll just show you that now. So there's my box and my water. I've got plenty of them water bottles here. So if you just look inside there, we've got food, rations, billy can, paracord, mugs, first aid kit, brew, some more cord, survival bag, more 2010 knife, like I said, first aid kit, fire steel, tinder card, kindling and firewood, space blanket, poncho. That's all that kit. I've also got a wood splitting knife because the batten is back over with the rest of the kit. So that's the kit. I did just have a massive big green survival bag. I've just cannibalised it. One bit as a ground sheet for my bag, everything else has gone to the dog. And the other bit's for the other side, which I'm going to take you around to now. Just unplug you from the main battery supply. Oh. Sorry about this, folks. So, it's the dog's bag, my bag there for the moment, with my food bag, and the dog lead just hanging my bag up at the moment. And then we got the camera case, my Zebra Billy, battery supply. That's leading up to the power pack. There's Storm inside on her bed. It's the emergency space blanket I always carry, the green backed one. A pad inside it and a fleece blanket on top. And she's just got a food and water bowl. She's just had some calf kidneys. Should sort her out, seeing as though that's an add-on to her usual food. So here's the cannibalised tarp. It's plastic sheet, little air gap there. But yeah, just to have a windbreak. The wind was kicking up. Still got windbreak under here, which I might pull down in a sec. I'm not quite sure about that. See how cold it gets and if the wind does come this way. Just going to quickly hook you back up to the main battery supply. There you go. So I'm going to get some food on now and give Storm her bone, just to keep her occupied. And I'm going to get all my kit under the tarp. So no fire, as I said. I'm going to be using my MSR cooker, petrol stove, which I didn't get to tell you earlier. It is reliable, that's all I can say really. Just a fantastic stove and works in the cold. No priming needed. So yeah, I'm going to get some water on and get my food on the go. Hi guys, so finally got the stove going. A little bit of a problem, I bent up a filter that goes inside, which is a right pain. But it's going. I've got my pasta on the go. I've bought some tikka meatballs, one of my favourites from my local store. They're ready to eat right out of the box, so just going to boil up some pasta, knock up a little sauce and mix it all together, see how it comes out. The dog is already on her bed, and I'm going to give her a bone in a bit, and I'll update you then. Hi all, so just had dinner. I shall insert a picture right there of it. Obviously that's going to heat me up tenfold. The temperature outside with wind chill is -3. That's only here. The winds are getting up silly.
22 to 25 mile an hour they reckon. That's not great in beach woodland. I'm hoping that the last storm blew everything down. I have been in here since. I tried to have a night out, but the sea fog come in and I just couldn't find anywhere I was going, so I just turned back and retraced my steps and left. You know, it happens. I didn't have a map and compass. I walked up a path I didn't actually know, just thinking it would bring me to another spot, but the fog was just way too thick, and rather than getting lost I just turned round, come back. This time's a little bit different. I come on a path I knew, cut through onto another path I knew, and you know, just got here really quick, which was nice, rather than stumbling around in the sea fog like last time. So everything's set up. I didn't actually change my top or my base layer. This is all my socks, which I'm going to have to do before my feet start to get cold, because they sweat quite a bit. And I've got insulated winter boots on, so the walk-in wasn't great. I tried to keep thin socks on, but they need changing, and I should have really done that as soon as I got set up, but because the stove wouldn't light straight away, it's a bit of a pain. Normally it's really good. Might have to think about replacing that, or get it serviced at least. So the wind seems to be holding off from underneath the tarp. I've got it at my back, which is a bit of a pain. I've got Storm eating a cow bone, which I bought for her to eat. She's had her kidneys. That was a little treat, and she was really good earlier. First time I let her off the lead in the woods, and she did really well. She surprised me really, which is good. So I'm going to change my base layer. There you go, you can hear that wind now. There's the plastic sheet at the end. The wind actually hit this tarp here, pressed on the camera, and actually knocked my water everywhere, so a bit of a pain. That was my brew water, but I'm really warm, and that's why I bought my down over jacket. Something I bought in Italy to replace one I borrowed that just wasn't keeping me warm. It was just way too thin, and down needs to be really thick when you're in -40. Anything below -20, it needs to be a really good feel. So I think Storm is actually a bit too hot. She's moving on to the cold ground. Getting a bit carried away with that bow. Right, I shall catch up with you soon. Right, so I've got changed, settled into my hammock. Just about to settle down with a book. Storm's on high alert because the must be badgers or foxes or rabbits or something running about down the hill, as well as the cows or sheep that's in the field, in the neighbouring field. So she's just on high alert underneath me here, and obviously I've got her staked down now, but I should take her for a little walk, probably an hour, 2 hours time before we both settle in for bed, and then I shall catch you in the morning.